Okay, so I'm going to show you kind of an easy way to use ChatGPT or really any other LLM, such as um, Gemini, which is pretty popular. That's from Google. It's a pretty easy way to check for tone to match your audience. Now, I've made videos about this before in the podcast episodes, but I'm going to keep this one more focused and short, basically. So let me just give you an example for this assignment, which is about gratitude, right? So I'm going to actually let's do it as a separate document here. So why don't we just imagine that I'm writing a letter to somebody, right? Dear Chris, I want to express my profound gratitude for your help this year with my studies. I cannot thank you enough for the assistance you provided every time every time I had a problem. Words cannot suffice to show you how much I appreciate your teaching. With sincere gratitude, Jennifer Lopez. Okay, so let's just imagine that I wrote this letter to my teacher, Chris. Actually, that should be a comma. And I'm going to ask ChatGPT to help me. I'm going to send an email to my teacher. What do you think? And then I'm going to put it in here. So I want to express my sincere gratitude for all your help and support this year. I truly appreciate the time and care you gave me whenever I had a question or challenge. Your teaching has made a big difference in my learning, and I'm very thankful for everything you've done. With sincere appreciation, Jennifer Lopez. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. Um, so sincere gratitude sounds a bit more natural in modern usage than profound gratitude. Okay. All your help and support is a friendly conversational phrase. Sounds good. Words cannot suffice is formal and poetic. Replacing it with I truly appreciate keeps it heartfelt but more natural for an email. Now, um, tone, right? Who are you sending your message to? That's really important. I think a lot of students sometimes forget that they have to match the writing to the situation and the other person. So, Chris is actually a very casual person. He's always making jokes during class. I'd like to adjust my email tone to match um, the situation. I've also known him for 3 years. So, again, this changes the situation, right? If the teacher is somebody who's very formal and doesn't joke a lot and is a little bit more serious in the classroom, and also maybe you don't know the teacher, it's only the first semester, you've known this person, then you might want to change the way you write. So let's ask ChatGPT for help here. Okay. So I just wanted to say a big thank you for all your help this year and honestly over the past 3 years. You've always been patient, supportive, and willing to help no matter what. I've learned so much from your classes, and your sense of humor definitely made everything more enjoyable. Thanks again for being such a great teacher. Best, Jennifer. So, hey, Chris sets a friendly conversational tone that matches his personality. The parenthetical and honestly, over the past 3 years, makes it sound personal and authentic. And a line about his sense of humor personalizes the message even more. Oh, that's good. Yeah, because a lot of students, when they send me messages, they don't feel personal, which is okay, but just something that I want you to think about is that A lot of times when people write emails, they don't feel personal, and that maybe that's your choice, but it's just something to consider, especially in the US, where I think people are a little bit more casual maybe than in some other countries or cultures. And the closing best keeps it relaxed, but still polite. Now, maybe I want something that's not too casual and not too formal, right? So, um, slightly more, whoops, sorry, slightly more formal, please, but still warm. Okay, so maybe I want to have a balance. Dear Chris, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for all your help and support this year and really over the past 3 years. I've learned so much from your classes and I've always appreciated how approachable and encouraging you are. Your sense of humor and positive attitude made learning both easier and more enjoyable. Thanks again for everything you've done. It's been a real pleasure being your student. Warm regards, Jennifer. Okay, so let's see what those changes are. Keeps the warmth and familiarity. I've always appreciated. It's been a real pleasure. Okay, so not too formal, not too casual. Slightly more structured and polished than hey Chris. So dear Chris, that's okay. Keeps the personal touch and warm regards. So friendly but professional. Now, I'm going to say one problem. If you've noticed, ChatGPT is changing the content of the message, right? So I'm going to send it again. I'm going to send the original message. Here's the original email. Please make a balance between formal and casual. Keep it warm and don't change the content of the email, only the tone. So this is a common problem with using LLMs like ChatGPT or Gemini is they'll actually change the content of your message. You always have to be careful. It will add information, it will remove information, or it will edit information. So you always want to double check the content, okay? So let's do this one more time. I just wanted to express my sincere gratitude for all your help and support this year. I really appreciate the time and effort you gave whenever I had a question or ran into a problem. I can't thank you enough for your patience and for the way you make learning so enjoyable. With heartfelt thanks, Jennifer Lopez. I like this one, okay? I can't thank you enough. That's great. They did add it, the way you make learning so enjoyable. Okay. Heartfelt thanks. So that's not too casual, but also not too formal. We'll leave it here because, again, so just something to consider is that a lot of times these LLMs, such as ChatGPT or Gemini, will change the content of your message. So always double or triple check. But you can use it to change the tone, more casual, more formal, warm, more professional, more polite, all those different things. And again, you always want to think about the relationship you have with that person. How long have you known this person? And, their personality. Ultimately, you can say whatever you want. Of course, that's your freedom. But it's just one thing to think about as an advanced level English user is who is my audience? Who am I writing the message to? And how can I adjust my tone to match that situation? All right?